But it's good to see everybody,
Yes.
and I look forward to this service.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Well, on that happy note, this is Odell speaking. Maybe we'll get started. If you would all mute yourselves, we'll get going with the service.
All right, there I am. So first I need to warn everybody, my webcam fell off last night and it's held back up with artist's tape. So if it looks like I fell off my chair and disappeared, I didn't, and I'll be back in a minute if it comes back down. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the North American Unitarian Association's November service. If we have guests, I'd like to say that the North American Unitarian Association is a member service organization dedicated to supporting and promoting the practice of liberal religion by embracing freedom, reason, and tolerance, rooted in our commitment to the inherent worth and dignity of every person and all peoples. I have some announcements, upcoming events I want to share. I'll speak quickly. You can access all of these from the compass, which you probably got yesterday or this morning in your email. And there's more information on all of it. And also, you can get links there and links on the website. The first thing I want to mention is that we have an international member, the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Philippines, and they have been suffering a series of typhoons and even on top of that, an earthquake. The minister, I'm not sure I can pronounce his last name. His name is the Reverend Jeremiah Bakaling, has sent us a request for help and support. Hundreds of people have died during these storms, and in his neighborhood, um, I think he said about 30 people have lost their lives, and many are still missing. Um, so there's a button on the Compass website, and I'm sure on the Compass, and also on our website, if you would like to know more and possibly help out. He says countless families have lost their homes. Many are struggling without food, clean water, or shelter, and his own family, including his father and relatives, are among those affected. Uh, all right. So circles are all moving along. The Thursday Connection Circle is accepting new members. They're meeting on the first and third Thursdays every month in the morning from 9 to 10 Pacific time. The Forum Circle will meet tomorrow, that is tomorrow, November 16th at 1 p.m. Pacific. On that one, reservations are required, but you can get a link in the Compass or on the website to request reservation. The scheduled topic tomorrow is human fallibility, how our memories and interpretations fail us. The conversation and discussion circle will meet next Wednesday, December 3rd. That's not next Wednesday, that's 2 Wednesdays. From 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock Eastern Time. This one is a drop-in circle. There are no reservations required. The topic will be wonder, inspiration, and spirituality. Some kind of exciting news. The Circles Committee is considering new circles for next year, and they describe 3 in the Compass. One will be a spirituality circle, which could be a discussion circle about spirituality and spiritual ideology, or it could be a sharing circle about spiritual practices. They're suggesting a 7 principles circle, which would allow for a deeper discussion of each of the 7 principles, their meaning, and an examination of putting them into personal practice. And the third one they're considering is a respectful and difficult listening circle. Boy, I'm up for that. It will be about respectful listening and respectfully challenging your own views and others' views. Again, the link to access any of these would be, or to inquire about any, would be circles@naunitarians.org. The NAUA Academy will be having another session upcoming on December 9th at 4:30 in the afternoon Pacific. The topic will be the decline of religion. The book club is meeting on November 20th. That's coming up this next week at 4:30 Pacific. This month we'll be discussing Religion for Atheists, a non-believer's guide to the uses of religion by Alain de Botton. It's just about enough time left if you want to read the book, or you can catch one of his many lectures on this or other subjects on YouTube. To get the link, you can email bookclub@naunitarians.org, which you can also grab in the compass and on the website. All right, our homily today is going to be given by Rev.Twinkle Marie Manning on the topic of freedom from want. Twinkle is well known to us. She has inspired us with many services in the past. She's the contract minister for the Universalist Unitarian Church of Waterville, Maine. She's an author, poet, retreat leader, and liturgist, as well as a semi-retired television producer. She served for many years on the core leadership team for UU Women and Religion and is the creator of the UU Talks platform. Her theology is centered in living life as a prayer. All right, so we can begin.
Thanks, Lorraine. I'm going to go ahead and start the sharing. Give me 1 second here.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Thought for contemplation. Our strength is in our unity of purpose. We light this chalice as a symbol of faith and a call to unity. May this light provide a beacon of welcome to all those peaceably seeking spiritual solace. Our opening reading is from Langston Hughes, entitled Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is barren, frozen with snow. Hold fast to dreams. Hold fast to dreams.
Spirit of life, come unto me.
Bridge Builder by Will Allen Drumgools. An old man going a lone highway came at the evening cold and gray to a chasm vast and deep and wide, through which was flowing a sullen tide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him. But he turned when safe on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. "Old man," said a fellow pilgrim near, "you are wasting your strength with building here. Your journey will end with the ending day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build this bridge at evening tide?" The builder lifted his old gray head. "Good friend, in the path I have come," he said, "there followed after me today a youth whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been as naught to me, to that fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. Good friend, I am building this bridge for him." Freedom from want. Our strength is our unity of purpose. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Our strength is in our unity of purpose. When I first drafted the theme for this message, it was about 2 years ago, and I could not have predicted its timing with the passing of one of my mentors and spiritual leaders of the Unitarian Universalist faith. Bishop Carlton Pearson transitioned from this life on November 19th, 2023. Once an evangelical minister in a fundamentalist Christian tradition, he, when excommunicated for being a heretic, denying the existence of hell, and for his beliefs, a loving version of God in metaphysics and universal salvation, he was welcomed with open arms by the Unitarian Universalist congregation in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The senior minister of All Souls Tulsa, the Reverend Marlon Lavenhar, said that with the merging of this now interfaith minister, along with those among his original congregation who followed with him to this new worship locale and spiritual home, All Souls congregation doubled in size overnight, as did its diversity demographics, as most of Carlton's congregation, like him, were Black. To this day, All Souls is one of the largest UU congregations in North America. And while Bishop Pearson's messages continued to veer steadfastly from his fundamentalist Christian evangelical heritage, he, throughout the fullness of his days, remained an evangelical minister in that UU setting. He evangelized for love. He evangelized for peace. He evangelized for freedom. He evangelized for unity. And with those intentions clear, Marlon and Carlton's strength was in their unity of purpose. Bishop Carlton Pearson did not believe in coincidences. No, he would quote Neil Donald Walsh, the author of that best-selling book, Conversations with God, who said, "There are no coincidences in the universe, only convergences of will, intent, and experience." Bishop Pearson would clarify, saying, "Synchronicity is essentially a meaningful coincidence that brings us information, contacts, concepts, and connections at just the right time." He'd continue describing it by explaining, "It feels like we're on a path of unfolding in our own personal and powerful expansion and evolution. Somehow I feel that this glorious, godly man transitioning and his passing being honored amid the Thanksgiving season is perfectly synchronistic for the life he lived and the ministry he brought to so many." Regardless of our personal beliefs about Thanksgiving, its origins or implications therein, regardless of what we envision or experienced for our personal Thanksgiving, this year or in seasons past, most, if not all of us, cannot help but bring forward to our mind's eye the quintessential Thanksgiving image as depicted in American artist Norman Rockwell's Freedom from Want, also known as the Thanksgiving picture, or I'll Be Home for Christmas, which is the third of his 4 Freedom series of oil paintings. The works were inspired by United States President Franklin D. Roosevelt's 1941 State of the Union address known as Four Freedoms. This iconic painting appeared as an inside illustration in the March 6, 1943 Saturday Evening Post. The series of paintings ran that year over 4 consecutive weeks, accompanied by essays from noted writers, each based on President Roosevelt's 4 freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from fear, and, of course, freedom from want. Hundreds of variations of this image have been created, including ones for the Saturday Evening Post featuring the Muppets and the Waltons, others featuring Disney, Sesame Street, Barbie, and even The Simpsons. In 2012, Hank Willis Thomas, a Black artist raised in Manhattan, created a tableau of his own in collaboration with photographer Emily Scher, reimagining Rockwell's 4 Freedoms. This series was created for the organization Four Freedoms, an artist-led platform designed to inspire new forms of civic participation. Their rendition of Freedom from Want reflects a more current depiction of America's abundance and represents the diversity of race and politics that are seen around many modern Thanksgiving tables. More than that, drawing forward with its imagery, the kind of unity that can only exist when we fully embody Roosevelt's assertion that our strength is in our unity of purpose. Our strength is in our unity of purpose. What is our collective purpose that will bring us strength? For Bishop Carlton and Marlon Lavenhar, 2 esteemed ministers whose first meeting was on opposite sides of both the political and spiritual tables during their re-envisioned unity of purpose, was to create a place of worship that well and truly drew the circle wider, to the extent that while All Souls Tulsa may be called a Unitarian Universalist church, at its present core, it is an interfaith congregation, like many UU congregations, drawing faith from many spiritual backgrounds. Will Allen Drumgoole, born in 1860, was a prolific writer and journalist, publishing both prose and poetry. She wrote over 7,500 poems, 5,000 essays, and published 13 books. She studied law with her father, though in an era that women were not allowed to become lawyers. She was appointed as staff to the state legislature, where she started working in 1883. In 1894, she founded the Waco Women's Press Club, and during World War I, she was a warrant officer in the United States Naval Reserve. She lectured sailors on patriotic topics. Her writings were reflective of the time she lived in, as well as the legacy she sought to leave, as seen in what has become her most prolific poems, The Bridge Builder. We read earlier in today's service where she called our attention to the importance of making the path easier for those that follow us on our paths, to leave behind not just sentiments and well wishes and advice, but to provide vital infrastructure to assist and aid them on their journeys. My friend and colleague, Teresa Rand, founder of the Boss Lady Women's Leadership Community, has the same viewpoint, within which she has created what she calls ladder groups. In a 2023 interview with TV for Your Soul's Empowering Women Television, she spoke of the impetus behind her ladder groups being putting your ladder up. She had a 30-year corporate career climbing the ladder. She became a CEO to a $10 million organization, overseeing 1,000 employees. She found in her career that so many other women before her also climbed that corporate ladder, but they closed their ladder, and when she asked for help, they weren't there to give her help. It made her journey through her career exponentially more difficult. She had to find her way on her own. She would like to think that has changed, yet when she talks with young women, she has found that it has not changed as much as we would like to think it has. She says regarding her ladder groups, the whole premise is that when you climb that ladder, leave it open and reach down those rungs for other women, because we are never going to get to the top if we don't help each other. Her ladder groups are revolutionizing corporate landscapes, offering engagement and access to women in ways rarely experienced in past generations. She is leading the way, holding the ladder, building the bridge, making the gap between beginners and achieving success more attainable. Our strength is in our unity of purpose. Our strength is in our unity of purpose. Franklin D. Roosevelt, 1941, he said, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, members of the 77th Congress, I address you, the members of this new Congress, at a moment unprecedented in the history of the Union. I use the word unprecedented because at no previous time has American security been as seriously threatened from without as it is today. So commenced President Roosevelt's State of the Union address. With World War II underway in Europe and the Pacific, his words were a plea asking the American people to produce armaments for Europe, to pay higher taxes, and to make other wartime sacrifices. It became known as his Four Freedoms speech, in which he proposed 4 fundamental and essential freedoms that all people should have. While they symbolized America's war aims and gave the American people a mantra to hold on to during the war, they also came to hold significance afterwards and to this day as emblematic of the kinds of freedoms held dear in the United States, the kind of freedoms worth preserving. Today's theme and focus is freedom from want. It offers, as Rockwell's paintings depicts, an abundance of good things, an abundance of food, an abundance of community, an abundance of love and unity. Rockwell himself said of his art, "The view of life I communicate in my pictures excludes the sordid and ugly. I paint life as I would like it to be." He said, "I paint life as I would like it to be." Roosevelt clarified his own definition of freedom from want is that which translated into world terms means economic understanding which will secure to every nation a healthy, peacetime life for its inhabitants everywhere in the world. Defending his vision against charges of unrealistic idealism, FDR added that it is no vision of a distant millennium. It is a definite basis for a kind of world attainable in our own time and generation. Unfortunately, we still have a long way to go before this dream is fully realized. Freedom from want includes freedom from everything that is lacking. To achieve freedom from want, we will see a world where food insecurity no longer exists, nor will wars and artificial famines. A world community where everyone has safe homes to live in, where everyone has access to good health and wellness care. Poverty and loneliness will be a thing of the past. And, if I may posit, we will have a world where everyone has the opportunity to choose career path and lifestyle that is a dream come true for them. For this is the sentiment of Will Allen Drumgool's Bridges and Teresa Rand's Ladders. Indeed, it is the Universalist belief set one Bishop Carlton Pearson gambled his ministry on. Universal salvation. And Reverend Marlon Lavenhar answered the call to when he held out his arms and welcomed a would-be heretic into his fold, all the more blessed for doing so. No one is saved until we are all saved. May we hold fast to that dream and all find ways to help bring us closer to freedom from want. And remember, our strength is in our unity of purpose. Amen. We extinguish this chalice, yet carry with us the light of compassion, the desire for truth, and the commitment of creating loving community. As we go out into the world, may we be a presence of kindness. May peace reside in our hearts and minds.